So yesterday, when I played Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, I played Islands against Goths in hard mode as the Sicilians. My strategy was to delay Feudal a little bit, and then Don John rushed them on their island because you have to be aggressive with the Goths. Now, my idea was to build up a good lumber, a good wood income, and double dock, create 2 docks, and just pump out a bunch of fishing ships. So basically what I did was I had 6 villagers, so I could constantly produce villagers. And then I put built up to 12 villagers on wood with 2 lumber camps. And when I had enough for it, I started putting docks out, so I had 2 docks. And then as I built up villagers to 12, I was pumping out fishing ships as fast as I could and create houses. And after I got the 12 villagers on wood, I put 3 on... Was it 3 on gold or 3 on stone? One or the other. I put 3 on stone and 3 on gold. One or the other, whichever one was first. And then I put 2 more on food as I was popping out, fishing ships. And then I kept it that way until I had enough to click up to feudal. I got loom right away there. And once I had enough feudal, I pumped up to feudal. I clicked up to feudal, built 1 transport ship, and got 4 villagers off of wood, and put them into my fishing ship, or to my transport ship, and started sending them over to the island even before I scouted it. And back home, I kept the villagers for food working, hunting, until the hunt ran out, and then I could just, make farms. I delayed all of my eco upgrades, and then when I got my villagers to the other side, I built a archery range, and then a Don John right away where the archery range was for some cover, and some, blacksmith, so I can start creating resources out there, because I'm not good at multitasking. I wouldn't be able to go back to the main island very easily. Still with me? So, what I realized was the problem was I started being attacked, so I just started pumping out archers because I had gold and wood income, but not much food income. And I started upgrading them at the blacksmith. Something I did, which I shouldn't have done, honestly, is I created a second donjon, which I should have done to put more pressure on them towards their town center. But I also upgraded the infantry, which I probably shouldn't have done, because I was thinking I'd send sergeants up to the front, but I wasn't producing enough food, so I shouldn't upgrade the sergeants, because I was already putting out, archers. So should have just kept putting out archers and saved the food to keep going up to the castle age. And I also focus a lot on the eco upgrades, which I should have saved until Castle Age. So that really delayed Castle way too late for me. And then I finally clicked up to Castle, but by then it was too late because I was so late going up in ages and getting the upgrades when I should have gotten the upgrades for units I wasn't even producing, that they got to, the Goths got to Imperial first, and they swarmed me, champions, and I lost all my buildings and everything on that end of on their island. So, what I learned is, if I'm using 1 unit, upgrade that unit, don't waste food. Don't be afraid to save up resources to go to the next age. Don't do eco upgrades if they're not at the right time. The other thing is, use Don Johns more aggressively, because I didn't keep putting them out. I didn't continue to put Don Johns around the island and deny even more resources to, delay them further. Delay the Goths further. So these are strategies I've learned. I'm going to play 1 game a day and really work on mastering every civilization against every civilization on every map. So, yep, that was Sicilians against Goths on islands on hard difficulty. So I hope you can learn from my mistakes and from my successes, but that's what I tried, what I failed at, and what I succeeded at. I did win, though. What ended up happening is I ended up just giving up on that island, getting a whole bunch of upgrades. When they attacked me, building castles and donjons and like fire ships that repel their ships, and also to build a whole bunch of galleons and some cannon galleons just to shoot down their buildings and keep working on their units on their end. I did notice though there were some villagers when not coming towards my end, so I built some donjons, and eventually I just figured out they built a castle and some town centers on my island. They must land somewhere. So I built trebs and donjons and some champions, took them out on my island, and as soon as I took them out on my island, I realized, or pretty much as soon as I took them out on my island, the AI surrendered. So I figured I must have starved them of resources, and that's why they surrendered. So there was a time limit on there. I almost ran into the time limit, but yeah, that's basically my success and what I could work on learning. But yeah, I'm going to fight every civilization on every map as every civilization and see what I can do. But thank you for watching. I hope you can learn from this series. I hope I can learn from this series. And I hope I can get a good gaming computer so I can record these games. And you can see my progress in, well, being a better player. And you can see my games as I develop. But I really got to save up for that gaming computer. And this playlist will help me save up for it.